We're going to be talking about today is mining.
Yay.
Boy.
Yay. Too many rocks, too little time.
I mean, after all, we have to get our supers from somewhere, don't we?
Agreed.
If it weren't for mining orbs, there'd be no time for soundborne cancer.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Protection from what? The Germans?
Rip.
Shut up,
Tell
man.
me that shows up on the recording.
Alright, Diggs, so, well, let's talk a little bit about what Kenshin does when we're not blowing the shit out of whoever's in our way.
Well, every once in a while we run the occasional corp mining up, collecting whatever we can, whenever we can, to tax rate up a little bit. For those people that can't mine, can always contribute. At the moment we're working on getting a whole bunch of our members into super carriers, and that's pretty much how we do that. The corp runs a mining up, takes the ore, turns it into a super, and we provide it at cost rate to the members. The more corp mining ops we have, the cheaper they get.
Yeah, and right now I see we've got, what, half a dozen rocks on grid, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Don't forget to mention the very important McCroxet miner, too.
Ah, yes, of course. Skylar, our beloved token McCroxet miner. How much McCroxet do you smuggle into Jitter in your scepter, Skylar?
Weekly or daily?
Ah, whichever.
Depending on the day, could be upwards of 200, 300 a day, depending.
Million.
No. 200 or 300 compressed McCroxet.
And what does that sell for?
Well, 100, because I sell them in hundreds, sells for about 2 to 250 in Jita right now.
So you're getting how many billions from being the solitary McCroxet miner out here right now?
I haven't really kept track because it goes out just as fast as it comes in.
I've really got to skill some alts into McCroxet mining. Because this unholy monopoly of yours is going too far, Skylar.
Yeah, well, with the amount of actual
Range, guys?
C2 hole in range. Okay.
Range. Next to BKG.
Yeah. Ooh.
Same
Small
guys,
fleet
same
over
guys.
there.
Same guys from yesterday. Awok, the guy who is making those rolls, he's there as well.
That's alright, we'll keep an eye on them, and if they head this way, we'll deal with them
Mhm.
harshly. Feel sorry for anyone who warps into this.
Yeah, with this many rocks and the token carrier, it'll be fun.
Yeah, you've got another carrier logged off on the warp-in point.
And of course, never not mine with the Battle Walker.
Indeed. Battle rocks as well.
I haven't got my battle procs today, because I actually am cooking the third capital. But yeah, this is a pretty good system for miners, I must say. You've usually got at least 2-3 rorks in the Colossal, is that right?
Almost constantly. We've always got boosts available to anyone who actually wants them. We've always got support in system. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen a time where there's not more than 3 people here in Kenshin or in our mining system.
Yeah, of course, the niece has been going pretty quickly lately, hasn't it?
Another one bites the dust.
I didn't do it, I swear. Okay, maybe I did it a little.
I touched it.
Well, at least I come back and I finish off the rest of the stuff, though.
And like some people in some systems.
Let's not go into that.
No need to say names or systems.
Here in Kenshin, we finish what we start. And if that happens to be you, then that's your bad luck.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
Anyway, just before we wrap this up, we'll just keep this a short video today. Just talk a little bit about my mining setup here. So, rocks are well and good, but my inner Jew just can't undock that much. So I prefer my 3/5 of a rock setup. We've got the Orca with the T2 mining drones, 2 covetors who can reship into something deadly, assuming someone I don't like warps in, and it's about 3/5 of a rock as long as I'm getting boosts.
Ah, see, so you need one of us to be 3/5 of us.
Well, it's half a rock if I'm boosting myself, which for an undocked cost of less than $1 billion all in is pretty economical. And that gets me enough ore to cook 2 carriers a month plus unlimited battle cruisers for me to wealth.
It's always good to have those spare hulls to hand out.
Oh yeah, that too.
Been handing our FCs a couple of stacks of caracals and fun little stuff for people to play with.
Yeah, because as necessary as mining is, it is a bit of a necessary evil.
It may be boring as hell, but someone's got to do it. Every shot that's fired came out of someone's mining barge. At some point.
Every carrier that drops you came from mining. Tell us a little bit more about that rock wall compression ability.
Ah, yes. Well, you see, with the fleet hangers on the Rorquals, you can... Any miner, not just the Rorqual themselves, but any miner nearby can even drop their ore into the fleet hanger, and then right-click and compress. Crunches it down by about 1/100th of the size, almost, allowing you to haul a heap more in your cargo hold, not have to go back to the stations. If the Rorquals fit with tractor beams, you can even jet can mine to that. They can compress it and then spit it back out for you.
Exactly. So if you're watching, what I'm doing right now is I'm on one of our marvelous belt pings. Dig can explain the purpose of those in a minute. And I'm warping in on any rock. So what do we do? So why do we have these belt pings?
See, the belt ping was
Shut up, Meg.
So anyway, Dig, as you were saying.
the pins were marvelously thought up. with the pings, you're on grid with all the rocks, so you can see who's on what rock, which ones are completely available, what's still in the belt, and from there you can actually walk directly to the rock that you're after.
The exact rock you're after, right? Yeah,
That means that you have no slow boating time for your rockles or barges. You can literally warp to the ping and warp down in probably 40 seconds-ish. And comparing that to travelling 20 or 30 kilometers across the belt for your next rock.
in an afterburner fit orca, I can tell you that was not fun. In fact, when I joined, we didn't really have much industrial anything, as I recall. ADMs were at 0.
And that we were. That took a lot of work. Now that we're here, though,
It's a good place to be. Yep, so for anyone watching, what I'm doing right now is exactly how to turn a very pregnant orca into a suddenly empty orca. So you just drag it into that Rorqual's fleet hangar, click compress, and you can keep merrily mining away. Yep, so what would you say are the Corp's industrial goals for the next year, Dig?
we're looking to put every one of our members into a dreadnought, a carrier, and every...
You're sensitive, Born. It's on me.
over the next few months.
Don't forget about the faxes, too.
Definitely. Always need some faxes with our capital fleets.
Yeah, so about the Corp Nix, I was a bit curious about that. So there's going to be a fleet of Corp Nixes, so that people skilled for them can use them when necessary?
No, unfortunately there won't be Corp assets, but we are providing them at cost and very low pricing to enable all of our members to very easily get into them. We're in very good space to gather very large amounts of ISK in order to do that. It's quiet here. I think I've had to warp out of the belt 2, maybe 3 times a day, and that's if I'm here 8 to 12 hours. I can rake in between 3 and 4 billion a day.
One of the positive attributes for Kenshin was the fact that our intelligence is pretty widespread. So usually when people come in, we have about a 6 to 7 system heads up on who they are, what they're flying, and what likely direction they're taking.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The Intel channel, which you guys are not going to see on this vid because OPSEC, is by far the best I've encountered anywhere in Eve so far. So you will have warning. Typically, just like he said, 6, 7, 8 systems sometimes.
Unfortunately, sometimes the random wormhole doesn't help with that either.
Well, yeah, but we've got scouts for that. Like typically, there's someone who takes it upon himself to scan down any seed, at least in the nearby regions. So typically, pretty good warning for wormholes too.
We're very good at sticking big things in little holes.
And going back to the compression part, for instance, 200 macroxic is about 8,000 meters. When you compress it, it goes down to 0.1, which is amazing because you can throw it in your cargo hold of your mining barge and not have to worry about it.
As long as you're sitting beside a rock.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So you see, if there's a rock out, you don't even have to go all multi-box crazy like I have, and can still make a few billion a week.
Join Kenshin, we like trains.
Alright, so just some quick thoughts here. As you can see, I've just reprocessed, compressed a whole bunch of ore. And I've got, I forgot about that. But I've got a nice and empty hold to continue stacking it up. So it does take about 2 or 3 hours to fill the entire thing with compressed ore. But it's very, very efficient.
I'm hooked on a feeling.